Hi, and welcome to Back to Basics' first video. And since I'm the one making it, I get to talk about my favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. What I'm going to talk about is their quick rise and even quicker fall. So let's start off with the rise. To start off our story, Andy Reid was fired in 2012 after a 14-year tenure as the Eagles head coach, leaving the seat open, and who Jeffrey Lurie decided to fill it with is a guy by the name of Chip Kelly. At the time of this signing, Howie Roseman is the GM. We'll come back to that later. When he came into the league, Kelly's offense was considered revolutionary, electrifying. With the recently released from prison Mike Vick and Deshaun Jackson shredding defenses through the air, and LeSean McCoy keeping the run game going, they went 10-6 their first 2 years and made the playoffs once. In 2015, defenses began to figure them out. That was a slow season for them, going 9-6 with Kelly as the head coach and the GM. He traded Nick Foles for glass knee Sam Bradford, and we didn't just do a straight trade. We gave up 2 picks for him, and then we traded franchise cornerstone in LeSean McCoy for Kiko Alonso, which is not my favorite move. And then we cut Deshaun Jackson, who torched us on the football team. And then we let Maclin walk right after he had a 1,000-yard receiving season. It is safe to say, I did not like Kelly at all. So, we fire him in 2016. Roseman is back in as our GM. And we have the second pick in the draft since we traded up. So we signed Doug Peterson to be our head coach, draft Wentz, and in their first season together, they go 9-7. Perfectly fine for 2 rookies. But now, let's get into my favorite season of all time, 2017. Let me break it down like this for you guys. I'll make it into a list for the key acquisitions and the key things that happened this season. We added LeGarrette Blount, our leading rusher. He was great that season, great in the playoffs. We also traded for Jay Ajayi midway through the season. Ertz had a career year, having 74 receptions for 824 yards. But Wentz, Carson Wentz, what a beautiful man. He used his feet to get out of trouble, move around in the pocket, and while doing that, he ran for 300 yards. And you may as well be thinking, well, damn, he was only a runner. He couldn't pass. Wrong. He passed for 3,300 yards. You may be thinking, well, that's not a lot. And during that span, he passed for 33 touchdowns in his sophomore season. It was great. It was beautiful. It was tremendous. I am sorry for yelling, guys. I get very happy about these things because we won the Super Bowl that season. But in Week 14, tragedy struck the Eagles. While playing the Rams, Wentz suffered a torn ACL. Now the Eagles were down their MVP quarterback, so they had to use Nick Foles. Now you may remember, the Eagles trading him. But now he's back, and he's better than ever. Foles goes 2-1 in the regular season. But now we're in the playoffs, and we're the 1 seed, even without Wentz there. But the city has hope. In the divisional round, we play the Falcons. Foles passed for 250 yards but no touchdowns in the 15-10 victory against the Falcons. The real stars were on the defense. Philly sacked Ryan 3 times and kept Freeman in check. Next up are the Vikings, who just came off the Minneapolis Miracle. In this game, Foles went off. He passed for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns with no interceptions, and the defense balled out, picking off Case Keenum 3 times, and no Viking receivers had over 75 yards. It was a clean sweep of the NFC, and Philly was riding high, proclaiming themselves to be the dogs because they were the underdogs, obviously. And now they had to deal with Tom Brady going after his 6th ring. After the first quarter, the score was 9-3. But let's fast forward to 34 seconds left in the second quarter, and I'll just let this clip play.
4th and goal. And they're going to snap it. And it's Trey Burton who throws caught. Foles.
This was not the game-sealing play, but it was the most memorable one. The game-sealing play was this strip sack on Tom Brady.
Uh-oh. Brady gets hit. The ball is out. And Philadelphia has it. Derek Barnett comes away with it.
The Eagles won the Super Bowl, its first in franchise history. Now we have the decline. Decline didn't seem to be happening at first. Wentz didn't seem like himself, as expected. He just tore his ACL. There was no way he would be 100%. Foles started the first 2 weeks and then Wentz played. They went 9-7 that season. They made the playoffs where they played the Bears. And then the double doink happened. But
3-yard attempt from the right hash mark. It's impossible. And the Eagles run out into the field, but there's still 5 seconds. So they've got to get back. He does it again.
They won, and that was all that matters. But Wentz got hurt again that season. But Philly believed. They played the Saints, and the Eagles started off hot by scoring 14 in the first quarter. But that would be the only points they would score. They lost 20-16. All right. Okay, everyone. So, we just had a great season. 3 consecutive playoff berths, but now we need a wide receiver. All right, who is on the board? Henry Ruggs. He just went to the Raiders. All right, guys, what about Jerry Jeudy? All right, no, he just went to the Broncos. Okay, what about CeeDee Lamb? He's a great prospect, great hands, and he just went to the Cowboys. All right. All right, we're on the board. We're on the clock now, guys. What about that guy from Notre Dame, Chase Claypool? Nah. What about that guy from TCU? He's pretty fast. I mean, what do you guys think about him? What about Justin Jefferson? Nah. He's not that fast. I think we got our guy. The drafting of Jalen Reagor was not the first time the Eagles had a lapse in judgment for wide receiver picks. Just for an example, we drafted J.J. Arcega-Whiteside over DK Metcalf the year prior. But, the Eagles still had some weapons. Goddard is starting to look good. But, who else do the Eagles have? An aging Alshon Jeffrey and an aging Ertz? Okay. But our defense is still good, right? No. We lost Malcolm Jenkins and Grugier Hill. Oh, and Ronald Darby is also gone. So we have to move Jalen Mills to safety. So our secondary was already weak, and now we have a corner playing safety. Great. What about our offensive line? It was great 3 years ago. Jason Peters? He's still hurt, okay. What about Lane Johnson? He only played 7 games. Oh, and we also lost Vaitai. I mean, Lane Johnson was still a pretty good center, but, he can't carry a line. Okay, so we lost a lot of key players, but Wentz is back, and we now have a safety net for him in Jalen Hurts. Okay, we may be weak, but we should make the playoffs as the new 7th seed. This is great. Wentz goes 2-8 and then gets benched. Okay, cool. So we're not making the playoffs. So we get the 6th overall pick. Awesome. And we traded it. So no Penei Sewell. And most likely no Kyle Pitts. Okay, so who did the draft experts from CBS have us taking? Devontae Smith. Okay, I want to be mad at it. It's just that we need an O-line so Hurts doesn't, get hurt. Oh, and, we also traded Wentz and then cut Peterson. Okay? I mean, I really do hope the best for Wentz. The Eagles failed him. We didn't build around him like we should have. We didn't protect him. We definitely should have done better with Wentz, and I believe we could have done better. It's just that we don't draft the best players, and that happens. We just have pretty bad luck right now. So yeah, it took the Eagles 3 years to be going from the top of the world to the laughingstock of the NFL. Now, there are a lot of things that I did not mention in this. I didn't mention the drama, like the inner workings of like how Wentz and Peterson did not cooperate, and how Howie Roseman, and Jeffrey Lurie and Doug Peterson did also did not get along at all. So I mean, it was just a lot of things going on with the franchise that I didn't want to touch on. I also did not touch on how when we won the Super Bowl, there were 3 teams that went 13-3, but the Eagles beat them, both of them. Yeah. Thank you for watching. We have a lot of plans for this channel, a lot of really big plans. So don't forget to subscribe. And it's Dan for B2B. Have a great day.